is a blasphemous word against the things that we have known of God. And no doubt they had used the same spirit of intimidation to conquer others. But the remnant of God's people was there. And when the threats began to come in, instead of them operating under the influence of intimidation, Hezekiah summons a prayer meeting. In my mind, he was saying, you may have done all the things you said, but the only thing you're doing to me is driving me to the one that I know is able. And when we today hear such reports from an enemy that's greater than we are, if you are a true remnant, the facts may be true, but you have a way of taking what you hear and putting it before God. That's why you're a remnant. So Hezekiah said, now look at the time that we're in. He said, the children are come to the birth, but there is not strength to bring forth. And I began to think about the situations and things that we have faced. We try to keep our faith intact. We try to overcome obstacles and opposition. But it seems like we're at the point of delivery, but there's not enough strength to push. Do I have anybody listening to me today? The only thing that's left in you now is a little bit of strength, not to push, but to hold on. Jesus! Do I have anybody else? Preach today. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about things you've gone through, the reports we've seen, we've heard. Now God began to identify some of the things that this Assyrian army represents to us today. There is a foreclosure spirit that's loose in the land. There is a jobless spirit that's loose in the land. There is a family breakup spirit that's loose in the land. And it's coming against us, telling us to give up, to give in. This is it for you. Well, how many about to pray with me today? They try to intimidate you because you missed one payment. You missed two. Y'all ain't listening to me. I'm talking to us. You missed two payments, and now the threats of repossession, the threats of foreclosure are more than what you're able to push through right now. And we're standing here on the promise of God, in the season and timing of God, and not able to push. This message ain't for everybody. It's for the remnant. But it is the time of delivery. It's the time of birthing. But no strength to push. And if you look and examine the enemy that's coming against you, it's true. The threat of foreclosure is true. The threat of repossession is true. The threat of being laid off your job Do y'all follow me today? And what the enemy is trying to show you, that you might as well just hang it up. You might as well give up, because the history says it hit them and it's coming to you. But what happened here? These were blasphemous words against the God of Israel, a God that made ways out of no ways, a God that dried up a sea and allowed them to come across on dry land, a God that provided them fresh manna every morning, and the God that had already proven himself to be God in spite of circumstances. So the history that I have of God on my side is greater than the enemy that's coming against me. You need to tell somebody the history that I have with God is greater than the message that's coming against me. I have the greater. I have the greater. From the doctor, you have history that God is a healer. You have history that God can raise you up again. I don't care what the enemy is threatening you with. I'm a remnant. I may not be able to push, but I'm holding on with everything I got. My strength may have gone away, but I'm going to cleave to the master. Thank you, Jesus. In the 4th verse, this is really a text I need to preach 4 or 5.